many people confuse and machine learning AI, like they're making it as an intersection. Just to understand like how things work, like
Yes, yes.
how like machine learning pipeline is. You have to do data acquisition, you have to do data processing. If you did BTech, let's assume from the tier three, and
Mhm.
you wanted to go for this kind of profile, you underfitting, overfitting. There are lots of questions regarding naive bias, why and Bayes theorem.
Hello everyone, welcome to our today's interview. So today we are interviewing Suraj Pandey, and Suraj has completed his masters or the MTech in computer science engineering from IIIT Delhi with AI as specialization in 2020. Currently he is working as applied scientist at Amazon. So in this video we are going to discuss with Suraj that what is the complete roadmap to become a data scientist. So this is the field where people get mostly confused that there are many things like ML, AI, deep learning, computer vision. So what is the roadmap or what are the things that they should first learn and what are the next thing? So in this video, we will see that how Suraj has managed to understand all the things and how one can become a data scientist or how one can move forward to this journey. So let's welcome Suraj. Welcome, Suraj.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. So, Suraj, so we want to know what is the actual roadmap for becoming a data scientist. And as you are working at the Amazon in the role of the applied scientist, so you can better tell us what is the, you can say, a good roadmap for becoming the data scientist or to reach this goal, because people get often confused between the various terms of the machine learning, AI, deep learning, CV. So according to your experiences, what can be the like good roadmap for becoming the data scientist?
Okay, sir. That's a really good question, and yeah, like when I was also in my kind of BTech, I
Mhm.
also like didn't have much idea around this. So yeah, like that will be a good opportunity that I'll kind of have a bit idea or like clear upon this particular question. So the first thing is like it's pretty like depends on like which candidate is kind of having wanted this kind of opportunity. The first is like if that candidate is doing BTech in some tier 3 college like me,
Mhm.
or like some candidate who are kind of having did that BTech and joined some tech company, some service based company, and wanted to join this kind of company and for this kind of profile,
Mhm.
or like a candidate who is joined a master's and wanted to have this kind of profile. So I'll start with a general pipeline first, like
Okay.
general flow.
General
So
flow, which is
so
general
the
flow for all the people.
yes. So the important key point is you must have understanding on statistics, probability, and linear algebra. That is the key point. The first thing you should have this is this three parts. You went through like theory about stats, around probabilities, and linear algebra, basic linear algebra. So
Mhm.
that you must know. That should be there. Like in BTech, you do this kind of courses which will kind of
Yes, yes.
understand this kind of topics, right? So
Okay.
that is the first thing, and then you can start with the like many people confuse and machine learning AI, like they're making it as an intersection, but AI is a super domain, and ML is kind of a subdomain of that. ML is one
Okay.
section of AI.
Mhm.
So you should understand first like what exactly artificial intelligence is, what are like basic things, like basic system in artificial intelligence, and then you can pitch upon like machine learning or any section of machine learning. So if you have this courses like statistics, probability, and linear algebra, basic understanding on that, you can
Mhm.
start upon any ML course, or maybe you can start with the AI basic course. Okay, you can do some course. You will have a basic understanding on like how system works. Then do ML courses around that. Start language like Python. Like Python is very play a very crucial role to be in this kind of role. Like you have to do code. You need to code in Python
Okay.
for any model also, like PyTorch and all those frameworks need Python. So
Okay.
you can start parallelly your Python language. You can do online courses on ML and artificial intelligence, and all like there is lots of like data mining is also there. These are all kind of domains you can work upon in your start phase kind of. This is the
Okay.
first phase I can say.
Okay.
Okay. After that, in second phase, you can start upon doing some kind of like online source project, like the open source project basically I will say, like
Mhm.
open source projects in ML, or like your projects you can think of to do, or the project
Okay.
anyone did but you wanted to have like idea how you can improve upon that. So you
Mhm.
can in second phase you can start upon the project. You can start upon the like seeing how things work practically,
Okay.
how things work,
So it means
so
it
that you
means
can
the
start.
it means the pre-implemented projects, like for example, I think online movie recommendation system, or some projects which are already done, and you can basically start from there for the learning purposes, right?
Right. Just to
Okay.
understand like how things work, like
Yes.
how
Yes.
how like machine learning pipeline is. You have to do data acquisition, you have to do data processing, and then you need to feature extract. You need to feature extract all, and then you need to make a feature vector, and then you need to implement a model. So
Mhm.
this is the pipeline. You need to understand how you need to implement that.
Okay.
So that is the second phase you need to work upon. You need
Mhm.
to work upon all these parts, like how things, the basic things goes. You can do any basic project that can be existing, or maybe you can think of, or maybe
Mhm.
some improvement upon some existing project, anything. So
Okay.
that you can start upon.
Mhm.
After that, when you have a better idea on like now you understood what exactly this machine learning and all those stuff are, you have a basics upon that, and you did some practical implementation, you can go to the third phase. In third phase basically, you have like in artificial intelligence you have like many domains in machine learning, like computer vision, NLP, speech, all these three domains are there. In third phase, you can kind of choose, or maybe you can choose two, or maybe all. It depends upon your choice and your
Yes.
interest. You can choose any one domain, or maybe multiple, to go further deeper into that. Let's assume you chose computer vision. Now you need to understand what is the state of the art model, what are the problem statements there, what exactly projects now multiple people are doing, kind of, or what are the like kind of models or methodology techniques there in that particular domain, that particular specific domain,
Mhm.
that you can start upon. In your third phase, you can go through all those stuff online, any course you can take, like for computer vision, Stanford, or maybe some online course if there, you can
Mhm.
do that.
Okay.
And then probably you can do some projects also around that. In after the third phase, you can then have, in fourth phase you can start doing some open source projects, because if you apply for any company, you need to have some projects around your in your resume, right? So you can
Yeah.
start upon some projects that you did in your like in start phase also, like in existing projects also. If you did
Yes.
that, you can write there, like you implemented from scratch, or maybe you did it from on, and you have this much accuracy also. So
Mhm.
this kind of project if you do, it improves your resume. So in your fourth phase, you can you can make your resume better to get shortlisted if you apply offline. So for that, you can kind of do some quality projects, maybe some open source projects, maybe some open source organization which kind of do this kind of stuff. You can go ahead and join them and do some kind of projects. You can join some startup, do some kind of machine learning project. You can join some internship. You can do this kind of project. Any way you can think of. So
Okay.
that I will suggest in our fourth phase. That should be in your fourth phase of the fourth stage
Learning.
of this flow.
Okay.
Yeah. After that fourth phase, I think in fifth phase you can start applying for companies. You can start applying for companies, whatsoever you thought of. You can
Mhm.
kind of iterate your learning, like whatever you did. You can
Mhm.
iterate upon that again as per what's the experience you kind of found there. Like let's assume you got a opportunity in some X company.
Mhm.
You went for interview, you saw that this kind of questions you could not answer, or maybe you didn't know this kind of stuff. You can reiterate yourself and then again apply for the same. So this
Okay.
reiteration should be there. Like that could be possible. Maybe in first I think you didn't kind of get kind of you didn't
everything in the
yeah.
one go.
Correct.
Hmm.
So for that, yeah, you need to reiterate upon that. So that is the basic general workflow you need to work upon. That's what I think. If you are a BTech student, or if you are kind of a BTech and join some company, and then you wanted to go for this kind of profile, so that will be a good workflow that I can think of. Because if you have a good project, the company will choose you for sure. Maybe not in first go, but maybe in the second or third go.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this is the basic workflow. The second, the easy one, I'll say, not easy actually, but I'll say easy one is like to go for the masters in some good college. If you did master BTech, let's assume from the tier 3, and you wanted to go for this kind of profile, you can first kind of try it for masters. You can try it for, like, you can prepare for GATE for 1 year. That is fine. If you prepare and you will get the masters, after 2 years you will have a better place. So
Yes.
so the easy way to go for from the tier 3 to this kind of profile will be a masters, the first thing. And if you kind of if you are in a tech company and you wanted to go, you can also
So
try it for, like,
okay. So before proceeding, so when you are saying ki one can go for the master if he is like not having good opportunity or good learning environment in the his college, so uh, he should do his master from the premium colleges, right? Like NIT,
correct,
Triple IT, or the IIT at least. Then only
right,
this is
right.
like otherwise it will be like a same story again if he is
Yeah,
doing
same issue.
just
Yes,
from the
yes.
private college just for the sake of MTech. So here you are saying MTech or the master from the premier institute where he will
Yeah,
really
yeah, yeah.
get this type of environment. Great.
Correct. My
Please
my
continue.
my saying, if I'm saying the masters, is basically means from some good college like IIT, NIT, or Triple IT.
Okay.
From some good college, if you'll do, then probably it will be like you will get an environment, you will get a more like connections, you will get a better reach, because on campus company will come. So
Yes,
these kind
yes.
of things will be there, right? So you will get a very easy way to come up with this kind of profile,
Means
and
all the
you just need
resources
to
uh, means all the
will be there. Like,
resources
you
we
need
were
to
not
work upon
get.
machine learning.
Yes,
Yeah, you
yes.
need to work upon the machine learning. You need to have the basic project, but
Mm-hmm.
it's an easy way because you'll get a on-campus placement.
Yes.
But
Great.
if you are applying for off-campus, you should have a better, or like I will say a most like if a filter, if there's a filtering on resume, you should get shortlisted, right? That is the first round.
Yeah,
So that should, yeah, if you'll get shortlisted, then only interview will come and all those things will be there.
yeah.
So the first thing, you need to get shortlisted. So for that you need to have very good resume. For that you should have a better quality project around machine learning, or maybe whatever specialized area you have, computer vision and LPM,
Mm-hmm.
or anything. So
Okay.
that should be there in your resume, and then you can, yeah, go for that. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's move to the like if somebody is working in the like job, then what is the roadmap?
Yeah. So if someone is working, there is two things you can do. You can
Mm-hmm.
also try for GATE preparation and go for masters in a good
Mm-hmm.
premium institution.
Okay.
Or if you don't want to like go for masters, you can again, like whatever general flow we had, just start upon the statistics probability, do your increase your ML projects and so, and then whenever you have a better quality project, you can apply for the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and you have the plus point whenever a candidate is in a tech company, like let's assume it's a service based also.
Mm-hmm.
They have the experience, right? They have
Yes.
understanding on an industry. That's the one thing you had. So don't get demotivated that you don't have anything and like you have to start from scratch. You have the experience, right? You did something there.
Yes.
It may be anything, you work anything, I don't know whatever you worked, but you worked, right? So you have some experience over that. So I think it's perfectly fine to give 1 year to masters for GATE preparation basically. And if you
Mm-hmm.
didn't get that, you can go for this general workflow, the
General.
general five. Yes.
Mm. Okay.
Yeah.
So you talked about like if somebody is in the tier three college, then what is the roadmap? And if somebody is in the like job, then what can be the like various possibility? Okay.
Right.
And other roadmap, I think other people are like, let's say, I think Amazon prefer MTech or the PhD people.
for this applied scientist or the data science role mostly. So
Mhm.
so if somebody is doing, let's say, BTech from the, let's say, IIT, or so,
Mhm.
what he can do if he
Yeah,
wants to
like
move to this role?
yeah, I got your point. So like what I think of is they can like if they have very good quality projects in their BTech,
Hmm.
in the around ML and around research, like they did some they can maybe publish some research paper there. So probably they can also apply. Maybe company will shortlist them and they can also hire them. Like it's up to company because it's like they wanted the candidates which are kind of very inclined and very suitable for their profile, right? If
Hmm.
it's BTech also maybe they can hire, they may hire, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
that is the one thing. But like if let's assume this is not the case and eligibility criteria is very hard, like it's sure that they wanted masters and PhD, but those candidates also can go for like they can go for masters or
Hmm.
maybe directly PhD from some
Yes.
good institution, then they can apply. Yeah.
Okay.
But if they do a good quality projects there and a good research background, if they have the good research background, probably they can also apply on campus. They'll get the on campus, right? So if they get the on campus any opportunity, they can apply and most probably they'll get a role. Yeah, they'll get shortlisted for that.
So here I want to ask, like, you talked about the key, there are some resources you can check upon. So do you want to tell our viewers, like, any uh, resource or some of the resource that as the learner we can choose upon? For example, some specific course of the Stanford, or or any particular YouTube resource or the blog which we can like use in our journey.
Yeah, like lots of you online resources are there which are free. Like Stanford University, lots of courses are there around NLP, computer vision, AI, and all. MIT also had this thing, so you will get on each and everything online. And good institutions like MIT, Stanford, and all, they
Mhm.
had this courses online. So you can like easily understand whatsoever courses you wanted to get understanding of,
Okay.
so you
So
can
that
easily
means
get
like,
this all things online. Yeah,
for example, we have the like Andrew NG course also for the machine learning. है ना? So I
yeah,
think
that is
some
very good.
like that is the like popular course. So I think somebody can
Right.
go for the that course also, you know.
But
But
you can
the
for
thing,
starting for this. Mhm.
but the main thing is like we should be uh, focusing on the understanding part, not only just on the completion of the course. Yeah, because in the
Right,
long
right,
run
right.
it will only help us. Okay. So next question is, any specific, you can say, while we are learning the course or while we are in our journey for becoming the data scientist, so uh, any things or the concept which should be more focused, like are there any
Mhm.
some concept which we should not neglect while we are learning these all concepts? Like I think
I'll say
I think
yeah.
like we should know processing of the data, I think, you know, and we should know how to do the feature extraction. So in this way, what are the like most, you can say, mostly asked interview questions, you can say, in this journey?
Mhm. So yeah, like the first thing is you need to have the basic idea on machine learning. Basic idea means you should know like what model is, how you need to data access, how you do the data pre-processing, how you kind of do a feature extraction, all this stuff. This is the basic thing you need to understand
Mhm.
because this is the exact pipeline you need to implement on any problem statement you have.
Mhm.
So this is a very important thing you need to understand. There are lots of questions which is frequently asked. We can say uh,
Mhm.
like uh, regarding this bias variance concept
Mhm.
and bagging boosting, the mathematical background around bagging boosting, and concepts like underfitting, overfitting. There are lots of questions regarding naive bias, why and Bayes theorem. So they
Yes,
ask very
yes.
basic questions. They wanted to understand what is your kind of basis, like how you understood all those concepts. What are your understanding upon on basic concepts? Because if
Mhm.
you understood basics, you can go and you can do abstract part. That's perfectly fine. So they
Yes.
they they, they pitch upon the basic questions. So So and what is this like the one question is supervised and supervised. This is a very basic question, right? But they come up to like what exactly clustering is, why we need to do clustering. Many people know this is the unsupervised learning, we don't have label, but they don't have very clarity. Like they just understood theoretically, but they don't have much idea around that, and they can ask a question and they get confused. So you need to understand very basics upon all those things. What metric we need to use, precision, recall, F1 score, why these are there, why precision is not enough to start with, why recall came. There should be an understanding and intuition behind why the next metric came, right? So you need to understand all those concepts. Why something is there and why something is not. You need to have very good analytics power. Like you need to understand the data very correctly. Like if you have very big data, how you have to handle that. So all those things you will understand practically, and that's the question like your interviewer will ask. So like abstractly, if I'll say, you need to have the very basic understanding on ML math and ML background. Very basic. If you have that, you can kind of crack ML round for sure.
And I think while we are having the big data sets, so we should be able to analyze also using the graphs. Like we should be analyze, okay, how this data is varying at the various points. And I think we should be, and while we are finding the accuracy and all these precision recall, we should be like thorough with the things like what are the false positive, what do you mean by false negative, and all these concepts. So as you said, basic concepts should be clear. Basic foundational things, this is not clear.
Correct.
Yeah,
and one point, like so one point is like for every problem statement you cannot use one model. Like let's say there's a one model X, you cannot use that model on large data sets because the complexity will be very high. So you need to understand which model to use when, and you will understand this only when you have the basic understanding on models, right? So they will pitch you around that. They will try to understand how you are kind of intuiting. You are using a very complex model onto very simple question. They don't want it to have this. So they wanted to understand this thing. They know that you know what is clustering, what is bagging, what is boosting. They know you know this. If you are coming for interviewing, they know you know this.
Yes,
so
yes.
But they wanted to know like how you are clear upon when to use what, and how much you are clear upon mathematical background upon basics. So that's what I feel when I interviewed in Amazon and for other internship roles. So I came up with that. They have a very basic question. They don't have very like complex question. What is this deep learning framework, and what is this deep learning model, and how this goes and all. They have very basic question around deep learning frameworks also. They just ask like what is batch norm. So why you use batch norm? This is very basic question. But if you just implemented that batch norm, if you didn't understand that, you can't answer it. You just say batch norm is this, and you don't have any understanding upon like why we use that. So I will say whatever you are implementing, you just have a basic idea like why you are doing that, why that previous one is not good and this is good. So you need to understand this basic part around why you are doing that. So why question is very necessary in ML field.
Thing. Because it is all about the analysis of the data. So I think in the initial phase, it may take a lot of time to understand all these things, because it is like it is the thing which is involving a lot of mathematics. But I think as we are getting comfortable with all these things, then the journey of learning all these things become very smooth, I think. And the reward we get in the form of like getting place in the good companies or getting our area of the interest. Okay, you answered all our queries. So if our viewers are having any query related to, you can say, data science role, so they can connect with the Suraj on the LinkedIn. So you can get the LinkedIn URL of the Suraj in the video description, and you can get the Instagram handle also of the Suraj in the video description. And let me tell you, Suraj is having his own YouTube channel also. So it is like a vlog. So he used to share like his fun side. So currently he is having the fun side on his vlog. So you can subscribe his channel and let's see what he do other than his data science role. Okay. So thank you, Suraj. Thank you for your time, and thank you for sharing this wonderful experience, or you can say wonderful roadmap for becoming the data scientist. So thank you, Suraj.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me here. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
So I hope you have really liked this interview with Suraj, that how to become a data scientist. And if you have any comment, query, suggestion, please do write down into the comment box below and we will answer them. And do not forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. I also make the videos on the interview questions, late code solutions, C programming, and another interview experiences. So all those links you can get in the video description below. So do check them out and let's meet into you next video. Till then, goodbye, and do not forget to like and share this video again. Thank you. Bye bye.